Hi, I'm Nick and this is the TbT channel. This is the first of 3 videos on the HW35. In this video, the first one, I'm going to show you how to take it apart. Second one, I'm going to show you what to do inside. Third one, how to re-lube it and put it back together. So we need to take it apart. And what we want to do first, I've already loosened the screws at the back there. I was going to take the stock off completely, just to reduce the awfulness, but I didn't. I left some of it in place, but upside down. So it is harmless, can't do us any damage at all there. But what I want to show you is when we take the, stay there, the trigger guard screw from the rear out of the trigger guard, I'm going to pop it straight back in there to hold the nut in place. I just thought I would show that so that you know what we're doing. Okay, that is the main part of the awfulness out of the way. Next, we need to remove the trigger pins. Now, if I seem in any way confused during this, it's because it's been a while since I've taken the 35 apart. And in fact, this was the last one I took apart when I short stroked this one. This one belongs to a friend of mine. It's been short stroked to reduce it to 6 foot-pounds for bell target. He now wants it putting up to full power. So that is what I'm going to do. Incidentally, there is a new stock variant for the HW35. It's still woefully awful, but it is the new Manelli, or is that Liza Manelli? It's the new Manelli style of stock. So it has got more shape and a different shape to traditional one. It still reminds me of Rishi Sunak. You know, his short trousers that didn't really come far enough down his legs. Well, in my mind, the stock doesn't go far enough along the gun. So it's kind of got that Rishi vibe going on about it, but I might see one in the flesh, because it's a gun I should love. It's a fantastic gun, and you're all right, it is a fantastic gun. I just don't love it as much as I should do. So I've taken the 2 pins out of the rear here to release the trigger with my 3.5mm tappity thing. Punch. I've just got back from a Sunday lunch. It's Sunday. Just got back from a Sunday lunch. I only had 1 glass of wine with my meal, but I'm ready for my siesta. So we're now going to take out this trigger unit, keeping our finger on the safety catch there to make sure it doesn't ping away. So there is our trigger unit. Feel free to pause the video at this moment and go and watch the free and easy record trigger tuning video. Improve your groups, improve your trigger. It's free, it's easy. Go watch that, then come back. Pop him there. Now I'm going to take out the safety, which will hopefully come out with the spring attached. Look at that. So we're going to put them to one side safely so they do not disappear. Next, I am going to undo the rear block here, the trigger block, called that the trigger block on the back of the gun. Like the HW80 and the HW97, this is screwed into place, and like those, there's a very good chance it's going to be tight. So we get an object of softer material than the surrounding metal. In this case, this is brass, that fits in there. A good fit, the better fit, the better. And then we're going to strike that to undo it. Now we're just placing our left hand on there to stop it leaping off the table. We are not trying to introduce torque or twist into the gun. We are just giving it a tap, well, a hit, to shock the threads into letting go. And we're not going to pull the punch, we're going to strike through. So if we're aiming for hitting the table, but that's in the way. So in one move, down. And you can see that has started to split it there, and it has started to turn. Oh, pop that on there. Now, as we wind this out, be aware that it is possible there is preload on this spring. I know there isn't any on this one because I installed it. It's a 6 foot-pound gun. But at the end, when there's only a little bit of thread there, you can feel some wobble and movement. That will give you an indication of how much pressure is there. Also, using a screwdriver just on the spring there, this one you can see the spring's moving very easily, so you can see there's very little preload in it. Put the trigger block to one side, remove the spring. In this case, it's the spring and the guides. Look how short that is. Bless. There we go. And the next job we need to do is remove the barrel. Now, this may be a little different. I cannot remember, but I think it'll be basically the same as the other ones. So we've got a barrel bolt, nut and bolt running through here. They look like a dome on each end, but one of these is the bolt, the other one's the nut. Identify the nut, because you'll be able to see the bolt in the center of it, and then undo the nut. Put that to one side and get out. The locking washer doesn't want to come out, so I'm actually going to allow that to stay there for the moment. I'll get it when I get the rest. Now, the reason we took the trigger block and the spring out first before the barrel is so that we can undo this with the barrel broken, which just makes it easier. Not sure if it's completely that much easier than with the spring detent ones, because this of course has a locking latch. It's got a lever locking latch, but I'm going to assume it's better to do it this way. So we undo this bolt until he lifts free. There we go. So we've got one locking washer there. The locking washer has fallen out of the other side now, so that's there. And then we put our little dome nut onto the other end. They're all safely together. Put them to one side. And now the barrel will come free, and we need to watch out for these delicate little shims. There should be one on each side of the breech, just to act as a bearing to stop wear and damage. So two of those safely to one side. And now pull the cocking arm all the way to the front. It can come out of the, it's got a little keyhole there for it to come out of, and then that part comes clear and the barrel has come clear as well. With this gun, we have the same jointed cocking arm as we do with the HW50 or 99. So we will be looking at that. It is possible for these to get a galling issue. It isn't very common at all, but it is possible. The main thing is just basically lubricate that part there. We will check it on reassembly to make sure there are no tight spots. I shall go over that. Then you lift off the little lever that locks it. Then we get our screwdriver and take out his following spring, which is there. So that is the barrel off, that is the rear off, and the trigger is out. Now we need to remove the piston. You'll see on the front of that piston, I've got a short stroke extension. These short stroke extensions, that's a 15mm one that I would normally use for an HW80 if I wanted it to be sub 12 foot-pounds. It's the only way to get an 80 sub 12 foot-pounds. This has the same 30mm diameter piston, but it's a shorter piston. So by putting a short stroke on this, we can take it down from a 12 foot-pound air rifle to a 6 foot-pound air rifle without losing any of the lock time. You know, we're not going to sacrifice the firing cycle. It's going to shoot very sweetly at 6 with a short stroke. But as we're putting it up to full power, we won't be needing that. So our gun is disassembled. In the next video, I'm going to show you what to do to fit a kit, what else we need to do apart from fitting a kit. And I'm going to show you, because the HW35 has been made since Moses was a lad, there have been several different pistons over time. Leather washered ones, synthetic washer ones, and different lengths. So the kit that we supply, the maxi kit, needs to be checked against your individual piston for your individual age gun to make sure to get the size right the first go. So we'll cover that in the next one. Please like, subscribe, hit notifications. You'll be told as soon as the next one comes out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.